Hi, my name's Dominic Gardner and I look after Amrin Park Estate and the farming operation on it. I don't actually come from a farming background. My mother's a nurse and my father was an architect, and I always had a passion for farming, but I absolutely love my job and I want people to understand what we do and how we create and maintain the countryside. We're only here for such a small amount of time, yet what we do will be there for generations in the future. And we really need a team behind us and a team of everybody trying to produce good food in a sustainable environment. In fact, the great beauty of the Downs is as you go from Eastbourne all the way to Winchester, it's all those different environments and different people farming. But the one thing for sure is that everybody's making an effort to try and make it the best environment that we possibly can.
My name is Kettle. I farm at Sollington Manor Farm, just outside Storrington on the South Downs, and I'm a member of the Arran to Ada Farmers Group. I farm a beef herd, and we have a small amount of arable ground which is contracted out. We farmed here for 3 generations, and we feel that we're looking after the landscape and developing the business to try and make it sustainable for the future. We started off with holiday cottages, which have done very well. We've now converted a very old tithe barn into a wedding venue, and recently we've developed another barn into an exhibition space where we put on a historic exhibition about farming on the Downs. We're running a small cafe in conjunction with the exhibition space, because it's very important to produce food, but we've got to integrate that increasingly with encouraging the wildlife, and that's what the Arran to Ada Farmers Group is trying to do.
I'm Peter Knight, and I'm the estate manager here on the Norfolk estate, and which covers some 7,000 acres. A decision was taken by the family because they wanted us to farm this land that's in the national park in a commercial, environmentally friendly way, as well as joining up to environmental procedures via what we call LEAF type of farming, which is this linking environment and farming. And in the centres of the fields we grow a crop commercially and treat it commercially, and then around the outsides of the fields we then do our environmental work.
I'm Andrew Flake, I'm the farmer here at Coombs Farm. I'm part of the Arran to Ada Farmers Group. I think it's important to be part of the Arran to Ada Farming Group so we can work together to cope with future challenges. So land's important to me, as I'll be the 5th generation, to see that it progresses onto the next generation, to see the environment looked after and it work hand in hand with farming. We have fishing lakes, and we also open that lambing time for the public to come see how we farm. I'll be the 5th generation on the farm, hoping to leave the same footprint as my predecessors with helping in the environment.
Hi, I'm Richard Goring and I manage the Whiston Estate, and we are a member of the Arran to Ada Farmers Group. Nature roams around the place and does what it wants to do, whether you own that hedgerow or somebody else owns it. We have the opportunity to work together in a much bigger space. One is also constantly learning about what life is going on here. So we as humans are plodding around on it. But the more you find out about what's going on in the soil, what's going on in the trees, in the flora and fauna, and the phenomenal and kind of miraculous networks that it's making and what it's doing, is just fascinating. In the home farm, the farm that we do in hand, it's a mixture of different arable crops, grassland and conservation strips. And the thing which people are most interested in is a vineyard that we planted back in 2006. The ethos of the Whiston Estate is to restore life in our land.
I'm Tim Locke. I'm a tenant on Houghton and Berry Farms. We farm 820 acres here, and I'm a 2nd generation tenant. I'm a member of the Arran to Ada Farmers Group. So we grow cereals, we grow barley for malting to make beer, we grow milling wheat for bread, and we also milk 200 cows for a leading retailer in the UK. Run a B&B, and we've also just recently diversified into a bunkhouse for walkers and cyclists using the South Downs Way. Food production's got to be at the centre, but environmental standards have got to be maintained, not just in terms of wildlife and plants, but also soils, water and that sort of thing. What we're trying to do, the bits of the farm that are marginal, is we're trying to benefit wildlife by farming them in a different way, but still farming them, which is important.